Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed the episode of the Boynton Beach Police Department featured on Cops Tonight. I am Stephanie Slater, I'm the Public Information Officer for the Boynton Beach Police Department. Thank you for joining us. With me tonight is Sergeant Frank Ramsey of our Detective Bureau and one of the officers featured in tonight's episode. So we're really excited to be with you tonight and answer any questions that you might have about this case, about the Boynton Beach Police Department. So give us any questions you got. We'll see what we have going on up here.
And while we're waiting to take your questions, I just wanted to give a special notation of thanks for First Sergeant Paul Sheridan, Detective Alex Marino, and Detective Brian Anderson, who were the key investigators in the case and seeing it through its conclusion. They did an excellent job and represented us well.
And while we're waiting for some of the questions to come in, just to give you a little background on the Boynton Beach Police Department, we're located in Palm Beach County, which is on the East Coast. And our agency, we have 165 sworn police officers, about 65-70 civilians, and we are part of Palm Beach County.
Somebody had put here they missed how the police knew that she was looking to hire someone. Well, there was an informant in this case that she had trusted and went to, originally looking to hire someone to murder her husband. She sought out this person because she knew who that person was, and she also was on the streets in a neighboring city soliciting people on the streets there prior to us getting involved. That's how we knew.
And Silver Dolphin 84 wants to know, how did she contact the hitman?
Well, how did she contact the hitman? The hitman met her through, again, that informant that I just spoke about. A lot of these cases, these type of cases, work with informants, people that want to help the police, but they don't want to actively get involved themselves and stay anonymous. That person was a go-between and became our link, and that's how he introduced him.
Ivan Garcia wants to know, what was your reaction when the case came to the department, being a husband yourself?
Well, I've been a cop for 26 years on top of being a husband. I've never had a case like this come into my purview, so it was different. It definitely seemed credible right from the get-go. The informant story was good. We were able to validate it, and I got to just say I was very pleased that we were able to save this guy's life.
Kimberly is asking if cops deal with cases like this every day.
No. Absolutely not. That's why I said in 26 years that was the first one. I think in the last 20 years we've had two similar cases like that in Boynton Beach.
Colo Frapp is asking, how do you stay in good shape with the stressful schedule of being an officer?
Precisely. You have to exercise to get the stress reduced. So you hit the gym every day, at least an hour. Do your cardio, hit your weights, eat right, and that's all you can do, man. Consistency. Just stay with it.
Okay, what else do we have here? What's going to happen to her?
Well, she was sentenced to 20 years in our circuit court, and of course she has an appeal process which is in our judicial system, and right now she's waiting an appeal.
Okay, and Kimberly, again, did it shock you to know that there are people out there that are like that?
Well, I guess because I've been a cop long enough and I've watched enough crime shows like everybody else, I'm not shocked. I mean, there's a lot more heinous crimes going on out there that I'm more shocked at. Someone wanting to kill someone, unfortunately, isn't as shocking as you might think.
Okay, let's keep the questions coming in. Thank you, everyone. I think a lot of you are saying that this is your favorite Cops episode ever, and that makes us very happy. It was an honor to be involved and have cops come and ride with our police department, and they're back again, and we're very excited to be working with them.
And we're also getting a lot of nice comments and compliments that are not questions. Like Randy just wanted to say we were very professional. We appreciate that, Randy. Thank you.
Okay. So Cal wants to know, how did the police get the tip for this crime?
Well, I actually got the phone call from a detective who was on duty. This gentleman, an informant, made a phone call to our dispatcher. I guess he knew she was looking for a hitman. It was starting to weigh on him. He didn't want to become involved, but he didn't want to turn a blind eye. So he came in and reported it to our detective, who called me, and we set the ball in motion.
Okay. Milan is asking if it was completely necessary to set up that staged crime scene. Didn't you already have the evidence?
Well, the evidence, as you know, in a solicitation case is a mere request. So, yeah, she made a solicitation to the informant, and she made a solicitation at least 2 or 3 times to our undercover officer. So, but that's word against word. What we were looking for with the fake crime scene, I guess it's a really good question, is to document her thought process through every step. We had her planning it with the informant. Now we have her believing it's done. And then we want to have her reaction sitting in the interview after believing she's gotten away with it. All of this has occurred. She's now the grieving widower. She's the victim. And now the table's going to be turned on her. Now she's the suspect, to get yet another reaction for jurors. Because you got to understand, nowadays, as you're looking at me on the webcam here, jurors want to see things. They don't want to just hear things. They want to see it. So this was a good way of getting her reaction to each phase of her crime, right to the very end. Thank you for that question.
Okay, and Silver Dolphin was asking if it's hard to keep the neighbors out of the way when we were staging this crime scene. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the actual crime scene itself.
Well, we were fortunate because this was done early in the AM, so there wasn't many neighbors out to worry about. But normally, you know, people tend to stay out of the crime scene tape. You set up your perimeter. We had officers there with cars and the tape, and most law-abiding citizens just stand on a distance and just wonder what's going on. And we really didn't have a problem because it was early in the morning. We got very lucky that day.
Okay, to cops, Kimberly again was asking if cops wear full body protection when they go out on warrants or cases.
Yes, especially here in Boynton Beach, it's part of our protocol that we wear vests. Yes.
Okay, and here's a question, I guess. Randy is asking, what year did this happen? This happened in August 2009, so yes, a little over 2 years ago. Gary wants to know what happened to the suspect and what were the charges against her.
Okay, she was convicted of solicitation of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to 20 years minus the 1.5 years of house arrest while she waited trial, so it's about 18 and a half, and now she's pending appeal.
Okay, for those of you who want to know more about the Boynton Beach Police Department, we are on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Boynton Beach Police. We're also on YouTube, and that's where the video of the staged crime scene was first posted, and that's really how this became such an international story. It was actually on the news in Japan, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
received some international attention.
I've got one question here from probably a young person that wants to know what advice you could give teens who want to be police officers. Stay out of trouble, go to school, get an education. If you have a clean record, clean driving record and clean criminal record, and you have a college degree, obviously you're a good candidate for law enforcement, okay? So that's what you need to do. Just stay clean and do the right thing.
Okay, Country Girl 2020 wants to know, do you ever get scared when dealing with drug dealers and guys like that?
Well, of course. Fear is what I've always passed on to the people I've trained. Keeps you safe, makes you make good choices, makes you make good decisions. You can't walk around feeling like, hey, my chest is out, hey, no one could ever hurt me. You gotta think. I mean, the fear makes you think clearly. So yes.
Okay, and Stephen Mahala wants to know, what's the most exciting part of your career?
Well, I don't know, but I gotta say this has got to be on the top of the list right here. Being part of this case was awesome, and being part of this Cops TV show is unbelievable. So to finish out my end of my career like this, I'm ecstatic.
We're going to wrap this up, and the last question is going to be from Avraham Resnick, who's 14 years old, and he wants to become a cop. What tips can you give to him?
Well, listen to your parents, be respectful, do all your schoolwork, and go get a college degree like I told you earlier. Make sure you get that done. Stay out of trouble. Don't drive fast when you're of age. Don't get traffic tickets because they don't help you on your application. And once you get to be about 21 years old, if you still want to be a law enforcement officer and you have all those things down, I think you'll be excellent.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us on the live chat. And we hope to see you on bbpd.org and facebook.com/Boynton Beach Police. Have a great night.